If you or someone you know suffers with either PCOS or ovarian cysts, I'm going to go through the symptoms that are common to these conditions and, more importantly, my tips how to help with this naturally. Okay, let's start with ovarian cysts. Some of the most common symptoms would be abdominal bloating and swelling in the lower abdomen. You could have painful bowel movements as well, and pelvic pain, especially before or even during the menstrual cycle. You could have painful intercourse as well, and pain in the lower back. This can actually translate now down into the thighs when there's a lot of inflammation in the ovaries. You could have breast tenderness as well, and even nausea and vomiting when this is really in that heightened inflammatory response. Now with PCOS, the symptoms can be somewhat similar, but also a little bit different. So that dreaded weight gain with PCOS, which is very, very common, as well as acne. There could be insulin resistance, which is going to cause a lot of problems with finding that balance with those blood glucose levels. You could crave a lot of sugar as well. You could have dark hair growth on the face and in other areas where it shouldn't be growing, and irregular periods. So difficulty with fertility, of course, as well with PCOS. Now, more importantly, now let's talk about my tips and how to deal with this naturally. Okay, tip number one is to do a castor oil pack. And guess who we have here today? We have Lucy. So that castor oil pack is something that I share in my other videos, how to do that. But what you're going to do is to put your castor oil on your flannel, and you're going to place that over the ovaries, so over the lower abdomen, as well as the liver area. So covering this entire area, leaving that on for at least 45 minutes, and you're going to do this 2 to 3 times per week. Great way to lessen that inflammation, really helping with the pain and some of that pain that we were talking about in both conditions. Also, doing that full body detox is going to be really important. So getting those herbal medicines into your system to detoxify your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, your skin, your lymphatic system, the blood, get those toxins out. This has a lot to do with what's going on with the processing of your hormones as it's related to your ovaries. And tip number 3, what we see here is fixing that leptin resistance to balance your hormones. Often it's the leptin resistance that happens first, so making some dietary changes is going to be part of this, especially for that PCOS, to balance out that insulin. You've got to fix that leptin resistance as well, and having less carbohydrates and more protein and healthy fats is a great way to fix that leptin resistance, but to stabilize your insulin secretion as well. Now, for more tips on how to reverse leptin resistance, please check out my video, 9 Tips to Reverse Leptin Resistance. I'll see you there.